DeFi Kingdoms, where you can summon heroes, trade with other players, quest, and fight challenging enemies in a fantasy world brought to life in pixel art animation. Command your legion, claim your legacy.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's AMA with the DeFi Kingdoms team. There will be a PvP tournament going on during this AMA, so make sure you get out there and vote. We will hear more about that here in just a couple of minutes from Winston, but make sure you get out there and get your votes in while there is time on that PvP tournament. Real quick, prior to that, Hubert, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well, a little bit sleepy. I've been listening to a certain audiobook series that has really enthralled me lately, and I keep staying up a little too late listening to it. But I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing all right. I actually just finished reading a trilogy and have been trying to catch up on a couple of TV shows before I start in on another one. Would that audiobook series of yours happen to have just signed a couple of contracts with Apple TV?
No, it's not Mistborn, but I am excited about that. I assume that's what you're referring to, because I just saw that this morning.
I think it's Mistborn and Star. Oh God, what's the other one? I thought they signed two. One for a movie and one for a series, but maybe not. I don't know.
The other one being, why can't I think of that one?
Stormlight.
Stormlight Archive, yeah.
Yeah, so it's the Cosmere universe.
I feel like they'll have a harder time doing that one if they do it right, considering how that is set up. But I think Apple TV could do a good job. They usually do good jobs with their shows.
Allegedly, the agreement includes a very, very high degree of control for old Brando Sando. So hopefully that's a good thing.
That's cool. I'm
Brando Sando?
Brando Sando.
Yeah, his name's Brandon Sanderson, but Brando Sando is I don't know, it's a thing.
He teaches at BYU.
Like Trump when he says, like, Sleepy Joe or something like that. It's like, is that really? That's not what's going on there.
No, I'm reading the Dungeon Crawler Carl series audiobook, which I would say if you read that, seriously, don't read it with your eyeballs. Listen to it, because it has absolutely the best production value of any audiobook I've ever listened to in my life.
I've actually heard that.
Do not read it with your eyeballs. Like, it's not worth it. It's so much better in audiobook form, I swear.
There's actually several people in my life at this point that are reading and or listening to Dungeon Crawler Carl, and it is on my list. I started a trilogy that is one of 5 trilogies. Actually, it's 4 trilogies and one, whatever you call a series with 4 books, that are all like connected and set in the same universe. So it is a 16 book undertaking. But
whatever happened to Malazan Book of the Fallen, Bolon? Whatever happened to it? I've been waiting for updates for like a year and a half now.
I know. I'm still between books 3 and 4. I need to get back to that too. There's a lot going on right now.
Anyway, I got this burn on Bolon to submit. It's hard to believe. Like, I don't know. It's harder to believe that Bolon can read or that he has lots of people around him. Thank you.
To be fair, they are all related to me. So for what that's worth.
Or I think what you said was many of the people in my life, and it's like it's hard to imagine Bolon having people in his life.
It is quite hard.
No, it's easy. It's easy to imagine. That's why the joke is funny. That's why it's a joke, is because it's not true,
I see. Yeah, that's fair.
Even though it hurts just a little bit, that's the best part about it. It's like I know you well enough to burn you just a little bit. It's funny, and it only hurts because it's not true.
That is true. I like it. You are kin to your wife too. No. Well, yes. No. I don't know. I don't like how that sounds though. I don't know. Hubert, are you familiar at all with the Elderlings series from Robin Hobb?
Maybe not. I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, that's the one that I've started in. I read the second trilogy as like a teenager without realizing that there were all of these other books. So I just read the first trilogy. Now I'm going to reread that second one and then keep going from there. I also want to read Dungeon Crawler Carl, and yes, I do want to get back to Malazan. I really enjoyed those first 3 books, and then I paused to reread Dune and just did a bad job of ever getting back into it. So I need to get back to it.
You were just about to get to Karsa Orlong too, who is truly the coolest character ever.
The hardest part is I've discovered that I just can't do audiobooks, and so there's a lot of opportunity that is missed because I cannot do audiobooks.
You're gonna have to if you're gonna do Dungeon Crawler Carl. Seriously, it's so you have to.
I will try. Shout out to Silver Cockatoo for knowing his Robin Hobb books, though. Huge kudos to you. Winston, what are you reading? What's up with this tournament? What's going on?
Hey, Bolon. I'm reading some really dumb sci-fi books like over the Terry. I don't know how he knows, man. He's been totally silent, but I'm reading some really dumb sci-fi books that I read when I was a kid, and I'm just reading them again. This one's called March Up Country, I think is what it's called. But it's the Empire of Man is struggling to fight itself, and one of the factions attacks the other and crashes the prince dude on a Terry. God damn it! It crashes this dude on a backwater planet, and so the story is more or less him and his marines traveling across this, spending 6 months traveling across this backwater planet, and it is. Give me that. Where did you even get that? And it is in fact the world's easiest read. Like you can just sit there and read it. It's so easy. But one that I read recently that I really enjoyed, there's 2 actually by the same author who I can't remember right now, but one of them is the Great China Zoo, I think is what it's called. It's Great Zoo of China, something like that. And then the other is the 7 Deadly Wonders of the World. And they're just like action movie books. Like there's no in between of like, here's us describing something. It's like, holy shit. And then a waterfall started out of nowhere, and now everyone had to escape the waterfall. And it's just that over and over and over again. They're pretty fun.
Nice.
What was the other question?
What's up with this tournament here?
Oh yeah, this is so we got a tournament. I haven't been feeling super well this week, so I've been a little punchy, a little tired. So for some reason, I called it the January. Well, I know why I called it the January 26th AMA, because that's the day that I put it up. I'm pretty sure. And I looked at the calendar and was like 26 go, but it's actually the 29th. But yeah, we've got a bunch of our level 10 bad boys here, the bad hombres, as they say. Kind of a newcomer, B-Boy Nomad. He's been around for a while, but recently started jumping into tournaments, and I sent him a couple things, other people sent him a couple things, and he has been getting the hang of it. So he's been earning a little bit. He's been buying new stuff. He's having fun. He's going to fight Toon. Toon the cheater fed. So it's good luck, B-Boy. This man's kind of a cheater. Next, we got Ibla and Germ Curry. Ibla's got some good heroes and he's got some skills, but your man here has defeated him twice this week in the level 10 bouts, so keep that in mind. Germ could do something here. I don't know. These heroes are fine, I think. This one is not very good. So it's too late now, but I would change your votes over to Ibla there. And finally,
not everybody, because if everybody changes their votes, nobody gets anything.
Yeah, usually what happens is if there's 0 on one side, I just go and put 100 on that side to make sure that people get their stuff back. And finally, we've got Broken Heart and Spassvogel, DFK Elite Level Up. Whatever other, I feel like he's got one other name that I always forget, but he's in there working it. I'm interested, like Bolon, who would you like to watch here? Which does anybody? Oh yeah, and I didn't even talk about how did that happen? Superb Owl and Lil Sparrow, O'Cool and Silver Cockatoo, 2 of our all-star fighters.
It
Like these
actually
guys.
works out well. I would say that match, first and foremost,
Great.
because Silver Cockatoo knew who Robin Hobbs was. But there was also a request in chat to have Hubert watch O'Cool's match. So that's just a win-win right there.
All right. Well, that makes it easy for me. So now we're going to watch that one. These two look fairly evenly matched. A lot of health over here. Wizard on Silver Cockatoo's side is, I'd put him in the medium serious category. 100 over 180 stats is pretty solid. Health is good. Under 500, not great, but 494 is like, that's as close to 500 as you can get. Precision helm, the Helm of Ascension, but it increases accuracy. And he's running this is what everybody tends to, it's a little bit different. A lot of people are doing the raw Arcana instead of Firebolts. I've been doing full fire myself lately, and that's been a lot of fun. I've been using dots to kill lots of folks. Next, we got a Seer. This is actually a really nice Seer. Like 620 HP is huge. Built for speed. Orange pants built for speed. And then finally a Berserker that looks fine, dude. Like this more speed over here, it looks like. And oh my god, look at that. That is an enchantment. Hubert?
Ooh,
Hubert?
I like
That is
seeing
an
that.
enchantment. Clarity, increased physical accuracy by 5%. So that's pretty exciting. I like this build as well. Looks like we got Second Life in here. Probably one of the few heavy traits from Terry. Shut up. Probably one of the few heavy traits from Silver Cockatoo. Let's do a real quick look at O'Cool's heroes here. Right? Do I have that right? I do. Superb Owl. Take note. It's not Super Bowl. It's Superb Owl.
But the Super Bowl is coming up. Unrelated.
Wait your turn, Bolon. Wait your turn. We got Beastly Roar. Haven't seen this one around too much, but like I think it's got some place to be, 56%. Like you got better than a coin flip to days. Like that could be pretty useful if they're channeling or whatever's going on there. And then of course, double last stand. So this guy's gonna take a wait a minute. One last stand. Oh yeah, okay. One last stand, double stun. That's what it is. I mixed them up. Double stun, one last stand. The Berserker is using Blur to be fast AF. Also, we got Rags of the Nameless going on here. We got Tals going on here. We got this one. I think we just looked at this, didn't we?
Wait, go back to that Tals curio.
Tals.
And
there's enchantments. Oh my god. Look the fuck out. And so finally, we've got a pirate. And he's using the Aegis, Eldrin's Aegis, and then Wishbone, Crit Dagger, which we've been getting a lot of complaints about. People are scared of the Crit Dagger and the pirate. And then finally, increasing magic defense by 24%. Let's see if anyone's dead. No one's dead. Well, that's probably enough enough out of me, Bolon. Is there anything else you would like to know about anything, really?
It looks like O'Cool's got a couple heroes that aren't doing so hot at the moment.
He's on the back burner there.
Looks like right off the top, he's
backstep.
Taking some backstep?
Back foot?
Back foot. He's getting pushed. I don't know.
All right.
There's a phrase you say in this scenario that I can't think.
He's got him on his heels, maybe, or I don't know.
But
you are correct here. It's looking like Superb Owl or O'Cool is kind of falling behind. Not impossible to turn around. However, he doesn't really have a healing option here. Yeah, it's his growl is just like I can hear him at the door going. And if I don't tell him to stop, it's just like an engine. He'll rev up into a bark. So I bust him. He's been getting a lot better with it. He hasn't been barking as much, but the growling, if I got to nip the growling in the bud or it turns into barking. So yeah, O'Cool better do something here. He's probably going to want to use a full health potion. Actually, I don't think he's going to even... Oh, wait, no, he's the red one. Yeah, he's probably going to want to use a full health potion here, which is not good for business because his warrior is already in some fairly deep shit. So unfortunately, we missed all of this because I was talking about the heroes and the cool stuff. Back to you, Bolon.
Awesome. Thank you, Winston. With that, Actually, no, that's not true. There is one more announcement reminder from Hubert before we go into questions.
Yes. Reminder that it is January 29th, which means there are only a few days left in this month, and the special event for Ascension Transcendence is almost over. So you only got a few days left to get any more Hex or Bloodstones out of there if you transcend those specific heroes. So get out there and man, I really wanted to say something from Dungeon Crawler Carl just now. Get out there and kill.
Just let it out.
I mean, that is accurate.
It is. Though they will be resurrected in Ragnarok, so not well. They do still leave the mortal coil, so it's accurate. Anyway, so yeah, there's just a little bit left. Hopefully, you guys have been planning for some last minute transcendence, and I think it's been a very successful event. The reminder that those blood and hex stones won't be available again after this, so they will be a limited supply based on whatever is created in the end. So yeah,
nice. And yeah, I mean, I would say they're like temporarily reanimated more so than like brought back.
Yeah. No, they don't. They never go back into anybody's wallets anyway.
They stay dead. They're just used by the gods. All right, let's roll into some questions. First question, we're starting it out with you, Hubert. Whenever the next raffle event is, do you have any thoughts on having a raffle event based off of buying and selling heroes, specifically publicly through the tavern?
I mean, it's an interesting idea. There is kind of a an exploitability angle to it. There are kind of some fees that would get paid, but the amounts are not that much overall. So like I think you'd probably see people buying and selling between a few different accounts and just kind of passing it back and forth, and really the entries would just be those small percentages of fees. Would be probably what someone trying to exploit it would do. And if we were also trying to like chase down and invalidate that kind of behavior, that's a lot of work on our end as well. So I think it would be kind of not something we'd want to try to do if we were invalidating things. So I think it's interesting, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure that would work out too well.
But yeah, it could definitely become pretty pay to earn or pay to win pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if we said the first time a certain hero gets bought, then how would you track that the hero's already been bought? Like this, it gets pretty complicated if you try to like mitigate any sort of undesired behavior. So yeah, I'm not sure about that one.
Nice. Looks like Okul has lost his first hero, by the way. So,
and yeah, it looks like he's forfeiting. Also,
so much for those daggers.
Yeah, right.
Look out. Ibla has knocked Germ Curry down as well, and we're still waiting for Broken Heart and Level Up to finish there. So let's jump back over to those and see what's going on there.
Nice.
Can you hear him? He's growling.
No.
He stopped right as I mentioned it. He was like, no. Oh, there he goes. You hear him?
Nope, not even a little bit.
All right, well, maybe I'll ignore him then.
Your mic's doing a good job. Yeah, apparently the daggers just aren't that good. But yeah, real quick to answer a question from chat, the helms were not distributed, evidently. I thought they had been. I did follow up with Magnus about that. So I'm gonna poke him and see if we can get that done. Sorry about that. I had lost track of it, to be honest, and thought it had been done. So we'll get that taken care of. Hubert, another question for you. Can you talk us through connecting to Ragnarok in terms of like what will that experience look like? Is it going to be a more Web 2 experience, Web 3 experience, a little bit of both?
Yeah, so it is still going to be wallet based. So you will need like a wallet, whether it's like MetaMask or something that is I forget the term that we have for it, but something like Holiday. Those you will need an address because all of your stats will be tracked on chain, and you will need to do a few transactions, like a sign up transaction, and for any rewards that you might get, that would require transactions as well. But it's going to be fairly minimal beyond that as far as like things you need to do. It just basically that you want to sign up. There will very likely be an initial transaction to like sign the terms and conditions like we have with tournaments. But once you've done that once, you don't really need to think about it ever again. And yeah, I guess that's the kind of general thing. So there will be a little bit of a gas requirement, but it should be, we're doing our best to keep it as minimal as possible.
And make it as easy as possible.
And make it as easy as possible, yeah.
The counter within it. And on ramps. Awesome. Thank you, sir. Any insight into the grand prize for season 2 of tournaments?
Nope. Yeah, we are not focusing on that right now. I mean, it will likely include equipment, like we did with the last tournament series, but yeah, it's not the focus right now, so can't really say.
Nice. Thank you, sir. PvP mechanic kind of specific question here. So when an exhausted hero gets slowed or dazed, they then fall pretty far back on the timeline. Can you explain how that works?
Yeah, so when you're exhausted, you have a 50% slow applied to you. So you're already going at half speed at that point. If you get dazed, that just removes some of your initiative. So you have to recuperate that initiative in your slowed state. So like losing 500 initiative is really like losing 1,000 initiative in that case. And if you get slowed even further, then it will, take even longer. Though with the slow, I believe we have a cap on like how far you can be slowed. I think it's around 70%. I was gonna go check to know for sure. Let's see, there it is. Yeah, it caps at 70%. So it is possible to slow further. You do get slow resistance when you get slowed, so like getting more slow added is more challenging, but it can happen. So yeah, definitely like you can take advantage if you're an opponent of someone who just got exhausted. That is a pretty prime target to try to like slow down even further if you can. So as long as they're still, once they get to their turn, then they lose that exhaust slow at that point. So you have to do it before they get to their turn.
Nice. Thank you, Hubert, for the insight. Let's see, what do we have? 4 minutes left to vote on round 2 of our matches. Let's see, you've got Little Sparrow versus Level Up, aka Silver Cockatoo versus Spas Vogel. Who's our other match, Winston?
That's going to be Toon and Ibla. And that's, yeah, 3.5. Oh, I changed it on the wrong screen. My bad.
Oh, you're fine. Toon and Ibla. Interesting. That one, I think both of these should be pretty good matches. It's pretty exciting to see what happens. Toon versus Ibla is, I feel like that's a David versus Goliath kind of battle right there. I like it.
I don't know. I think you'll be surprised. Like Toon he's using good heroes, better heroes. Like he's got a Giant Slayer and a Last Stand on this pirate. And then he's also using Helms. This is the status effect resistance one.
TuneFed likes to cosplay as an underdog.
I think he maybe that is part of his strategy a little bit, kind of conceal like look, he's got Giant Slayer on this Berserker too. It's the kind of thing where it could very quickly run away from Ibla. I mean, he's got pretty decent health heroes, but that can also be a not good thing against Giant Slayer because you're always going to enjoy that bonus. They're always going to have more health, but they are pretty robust. Double leadership on the Berserker is going to make the Pirate pretty cranked up. He's got some speedy looking pants on him. He's got Last Stand. Yeah, this should be a good fight. But yeah, I wouldn't count Toon out just yet. I hate to say it because well, no, I love to say it.
Because it's TuneFed. I know, I get it.
No, I was just gonna say, I think in this particular style of bouts, he might have a little more experience than Ibla does. So
yeah, no, I mean, that's definitely true.
Sleeve. And I guess we'll just have to see what happens with that one.
And yeah, I certainly would not count TuneFed out. And he's been very, very active in some tournaments, especially as of late. But Ibla has just been such a powerhouse through the first season and everything. But yeah, level 10 also has definitely been more TuneFed's realm than Ibla's realm. So it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah. I mean, if we real quick jump over to, well, hold on, there it goes. Okay. If we real quick jump over to Zelly's victory leaderboard, he'll show us kind of who's
what it's worth, you did not change your screen share.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I understand. Good looking out. For some reason this time I was like, it seems like a really good idea is I'll just do one tab instead of the window, which was dumb. Should just do the window. If you take a look at if you take a look at this website, DFKhelper.com, you can kind of get a look at where everyone stacks up with the victories. These include season 1 and off season and all that good stuff. So pretty interesting stuff. I don't know that all of these numbers are perfectly accurate. I'm not exactly sure. They look pretty close, I guess. I haven't really run any tests on it or anything, but nothing there. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. I mean, you can see here that he's not far behind, and I don't think he played a lot of season 1, so most of these are just going to be these level 10 bangers we've been talking about. So I think we're starting up here, so let's jump into that.
Have you checked out Germ Curry's match breakdown in his tool now?
No, is that pretty cool? Should we look at that really quick?
Very cool. Let's see.
What am I looking for? Player tools.
Go to tournaments there on the left.
Germ is resisting. He's like, stop it.
Oh. I don't know. He sent
all borked.
He sent me screenshots of it, and it's
Why isn't this working? This is all broken. What is this? Just kidding.
Do not use under construction. Well, the screenshots that he sent me have been really, really cool, where it gives you an overview of your opponent's team. It can give you an overview of the matchup. So sorry, Germ Curry, I'm still gonna put you on the spot anyway. But it's been coming together really, really cool. Even if it's currently under construction.
Yeah, maybe he's not sharing that quite yet because I can't seem to find it anyways. So, but real quick, I thought maybe now's a good time to take an opportunity to talk about our wins so far this week. So if you recall, we're doing a Jewel for victories on level 10s and now level 20. So that'll be part of this announcement too. But there are thresholds you have to meet of wins. So there are 3 wins is going to be the first level threshold, and that's going to get you 150 jewel. 5 wins is going to get you 300 jewel, and then 10 wins is going to get you 1,000 jewel. I think, I don't know, I don't have the things right in front of me. it's once you get to that higher number, it's really good stuff. It's the best stuff. So what we're gonna do for level 20s is it feels like there's fewer of those matches every week. So I'm just gonna give everyone 60 jewel for each win. So Germ has a similar type of thing here where you can kind of see this week, update the thing, see this week who has won what. And so this owl fella is doing pretty well on both of these, it would appear. So I feel like I need to get into these tournaments and stop him from doing that. Yeah, but so make sure to play in some of these tournaments. They're pretty fun. You only need 3 wins in the level 10s to get into the money there, and just one win in the level 20s will get you some money going on. So some jewel, I should say, going on. Back to, we got Ibla and Toon here. We're gonna take a second catching up, probably. We got 2 berserkers, so it's gonna be a little goofy.
I did confirm from Jerem Curry. He has not pushed up all of that yet. It's only on his local machine. But let me just tell you, it looks fantastic. When it goes live, it's going to be just incredible. So look forward to it going live because it's going to be great.
Super cool. There's one other tournament related shout out that I wanted to do. Slick Bruce put up a tournament for, I don't know, it's sometime in the not too distant future. Entries open in 25 minutes and it takes place at this time, the plebe power playoff. It's 11 p.m. What's that?
I love the name.
Yeah, it's a great name. It's 11 p.m. for me. I think that's like 6 a.m. UTC, if I recall correctly.
That sounds right.
This is kind of a silly one. It's level 10s. He's got some individual stat scores in here that are gibberish. Maximum trait score 24. That's gibberish. Excluded classes, priest and seer. So he doesn't want you doing very much healing. And then finally, you have to have completed 2 patrols. Just ever. Not this week. Not this month.
You with your 222 there.
Thank you. Yeah, it's, well, I've been working.
My favorite part of this is that he put a minimum on the stats. So if your heroes aren't good enough, they cannot join this tournament.
Yeah, I mean 155 is like, so you saw we were looking at, what were we looking at? We were looking at somebody's heroes. We saw 180. So that gives you an idea. 180 to 190 is going to be a very strong level 10 hero. 155 is, that's your uncommon type of hero, maybe, that hasn't been leveled very well. And
I'm gonna go look at my level 10s and see how bad I feel about myself.
But yeah, this is Bruce is hosting this. There's USDC rewards, there's Metis rewards, covering your gas to play at the very least, and only 10 jewel. So should be a fun one. Sign up for that one in 24 minutes, and then don't forget about it because it's not for a couple hours.
I feel really bad about my level 10 heroes.
Tell us, dude. What do you got? What's going on over there?
None of them could join this tournament.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I got 134, 135, 145, and 146 are my rare level 10 heroes.
That's just terrible. So yeah. I'm getting some feedback from Bruce that he says we can't see. Oh, looks like we got a winner here. I think Toon has forfeited. He's, I don't know what he's saying.
I don't know what he's saying either.
What is there stuff missing? Is there supposed to be more stuff here than this?
I don't know.
Oh, I just noticed it's a 0 battle budget too.
Oh, no potions at all, and no
shot clock, half turn it's done. What happened to you, Bruce? What did they do?
Who hurt you, Bruce? Who hurt you?
Is that all? Is there more? Do you want to just tell us in the comments if there's more? It's pretty ridiculous, but it's great. He says no shit accessories.
I don't know what that even means.
I don't
Maybe he just
equipment
excluded
restrictions
accessories. I don't know.
We usually do show equipment restrictions if they exist.
Yeah. Maybe he probably just did it wrong. That sounds pretty fishy. With those, it is. I wouldn't say it's confusing, but you do have to like pick it, and you pick the equipment, and then click a button that says add. So like if you don't
know what you're doing,
push the add button, yeah, right. You got to know what you're doing. You got to know how to read. You got to have basic comprehension skills. And you know, I don't think I need to say anything else about old Brucey boy. Yeah, so get in on this one.
55 seconds bank time too, but I think you said it's a 25-second shot clock though, right? So it's more generous per turn.
Well, kind of. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, no, that you're right. It is for sure. Let's see what else we got. We still have Little Sparrow and Level Up going at it. Let's see how that battle's going. Two very accomplished players, and I think kind of the same balance that Ibla and Toon had, where Level Up might have a little bit more experience with these level 10 bouts, but Little Sparrow is an all-star player in our last season, so he can adapt. Like, we know that he doesn't need to just have the best heroes. Like, he can win against the best heroes too. So this should be a fun one to watch. And I think that's it for me, Bolon. Back to you.
Cool. Yeah, we'll go back to questions for a minute here, and then we'll check back in as we watch Little Sparrow and Level Up battle it out here. We're gonna give Hubert a little bit of a break anyway. We had a couple of questions following up on some of the updates we shared last week, which let's just go ahead and get ahead of the rumors. Dreamer's not here this week. He did not quit. He is still here. In the meantime, the question was to possibly help with earnings and maybe assist with runway. Why not open DFK Chain to other DeFi and finance services rather than having it closed? So we've talked about this a little bit before, but the short answer is it effectively is open. You just have to tell us you want to build something. So the reason that we don't have it, completely truly open is because the way that the chain is set up, with gas as low as it is and throughput as high as it is, it would be, unfortunately, relatively cheap for someone to take some pretty malicious actions that would make the expense of running the chain pretty unmanageable. So from a security standpoint, there are benefits to having it set up with the allow list like we do. However, legitimately, we are open to anyone and everyone building pretty much whatever they want on the chain. All they have to do is say, hey, I want to build on the chain. Here's my wallet address. And we go, okay, your wallet can now deploy. But, because of that process, we get to say, hey, you're not going to do anything malicious, right? And they say, no, I'm not. And then we go, great. So in terms of just like opening it completely, there are some risks there. But, if you have any, protocols or projects or whatever in mind that would be interested in building in DFK Chain, we're happy to talk to them. We're happy to allow list them. And genuinely, they can work with us to whatever degree they want, or they can not work with us to whatever degree they want. It's not a requirement. They can say, hey, we want to be allow listed, and then never speak to you again. And we'll go, okay, here's your allow list. Like, that's fine. So trying to strike that balance, but definitely always open to others joining us on DFK Chain as well. The second question is actually kind of along that similar vein, at least, which is the thought of pausing the game completely to reduce costs and then focus fully on development to like come back and relaunch. There would need to be money is, I guess, the short answer there. So I mean, realistically, we've been very open about the fact that none of us are getting paid at the moment. but the cost of keeping the game and the chain running, well, a very like relevant and real cost is not equivalent to paying our team to hole in on development and like relaunch DFK. So could that be a possibility? I guess, but we would definitely need funding from somewhere in order to be able to do that. So in today's world, it would not make sense for us to do that. The money that we would save is, in my opinion, not worth the blow to the reputation that we would take. And it would not be enough money to say, hey, we are now, full speed on in development and we're going to relaunch in X amount of time, yada, yada, yada. Winston or Hubert, anything that either of you want to add to that before I move on?
No, I think you pretty much nailed it there, to be honest. Like, I don't, it costs to run the chain, but it doesn't cost so much that like by turning it off, we would then have ultimate freedom to do whatever we want, so it still costs money to do things.
Unfortunately, very true. Question from chat. Any thoughts on increasing base gas fee to 10 Gwei? Yes. It is something that we've considered and are considering, trying to weigh higher gas if it results in a lot less usage of the chain, then it doesn't really actually have any benefit. So trying to kind of strike that balance, but it definitely is something that we've been talking about, and we may see base gas on DFK chain increase. Hubert, anything you want to add on that front?
Yeah, I mean, with it being at 3 Gwei right now, like the value of Joule is a lot lower than what it was before. So even increasing it to 10, for example, is just, it's like what gas would have cost when Joule was at 10 cents, for example. So I don't think it's going to be that impactful, really, if we were to do it in terms of like what it feels like cost-wise to people. But it would mean a lot more Joule going into being burned and going into the validator funds. So I don't think it's a bad thing at all, especially in the current state of like token values.
Nice. Thank you, sir. So yeah, stay tuned because there might be updates on that front. Also, shout out to Skiller. What's up, bro? It's been a while. It's good to see you, man. I hope you're doing well. All right. Let's see. Going back into some questions. Hubert, going back over to you. Question about Ragnarok. When you are playing Ragnarok and you go to draft your team, will you be able to tell who owned or who transcended the hero that you are looking at picking? Specifically because there's been mention that there would be some kind of rewards for those who transcend heroes that then get used, and some players might want to be able to pick heroes based on who that benefit would go to, particularly if they feel that owner is a consistent value positive to the game versus someone who is not.
The intent has been to show that. It will likely just be like their profile name that you see somewhere on there. But that has been the plan. I wonder if like maybe there's a really, really good hero, but someone you don't want, it was transcended by someone you don't like, are you really going to not pick it? But I guess that, that'll make some interesting dynamics too. Like, if people putting really good heroes in the transcendence system, then, those will likely get picked more often. So.
Nice. Thank you, sir. Will heroes that are transcended after the end of the event in a couple days still be eligible for the Ragnarok pool of heroes to choose from, and therefore for any of the rewards that would come from those heroes being used in Ragnarok?
Yes, they would. Yeah, the event is just providing additional incentive to get people to transcend right now. But yeah, any transcendences ever will count and will add to that pool.
Nice. So no more blood and hex stones, but they do still just count as usage. Let's see. This next question, can we find out how much would need to be raised in a pre-sale for a new Vizzy to be released? So this was an idea that got asked about, I don't know, a couple months ago, probably. We responded at the time that something like this could be possible, but that was kind of as far as we had gone with it. If there is interest in this, then we can revisit it internally and figure it out. Would be the short answer. 'Cause off the top of my head, we don't know. But if there is interest in Vizzies and if there's willingness to do like a Kickstarter style where you pay in advance, that is something that we could look at doing, and we'll put some thought into that of what that would actually look like. Let's see. Hubert, any thoughts on how much is realistic to need to be raised for another chain expansion build out? And if that build out were to include the 2 new Gen 0 classes, and of course all of the classes that then come from those, as well as yellow egg pet hatching.
Yeah. So I guess like a whole new realm. Like the last time we did, something was with Metis, and that grant was, I think 2 million, right, Milan? Or
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
how much was I think it was 2 million, right? I'm losing track. But
For Metis, 3.
For Metis, was it
3 million?
3 million. Okay, yeah, we added an extra with some add-ons. Yeah,
there was a second part to the deal.
That's right. So yeah, I mean, I think something along those lines. Honestly, the more the better. Like we do have, when we're like in full production mode, the more people we have, the faster we can produce things. And so I think it would be in that same ballpark, but any more than that would be even better. Pet eggs in particular, like that requires a lot of artist time. And so like, I think that would add an extra chunk if we wanted that to be prioritized. So I'd say somewhere around that amount to do it.
Nice. Thank you, sir. Wait, what Vizzy part of the question was I low-key trying to skip? I wasn't trying to skip anything. TuneFed coming out here with accusations.
Was that how much for the Vizzies? Like if there was that idea, like how much we'd want it to be?
Maybe, but I thought I answered that. I don't know yet. But if there's interest, then we'll figure that out. I don't think there's a Vizzy part to the like new chain question, was there? Hang on, let me go back.
Was it the previous one?
Yeah, I don't know. TuneFed, what shade are you throwing out here? Dang, just because me and Winston were talking smack earlier. Oh, yeah. I feel like I answered that. I don't know yet, but if there is interest in it, then we're happy to find out. We never did like the full-blown internal exercise because we weren't sure if there was actually serious community interest in it or not. If there is serious community interest in it, then we will figure out how much it would need to be and how that would work and what that process would look like. So we are going to do some research on that. So if that is something of interest, speak out. Speak up in Discord or wherever else if you think that would be cool. But we will be doing some internal work on that as well and figuring out what that would actually look like and how that would work. Kurt, I mentioned earlier because Worm answered or asked in chat, but I'll say it again. As far as the helms from the egg event, I thought they got airdropped, but they did not. So I'm following up on that and poking Magnus about it. So stay tuned. I'll take responsibility. I thought that it was done and dropped the ball and did not follow up. So I'm on it. We'll get that one knocked out as well. All right. Our last question of the day goes to Winston, which just makes me super happy. And you guys should ask Winston more AMA questions. Winston, win level 11 PvP series. We've had level 10s and a lot of people engaging with them. So theoretically, all of those heroes should be ready to level up to level 11. So what do you think about having some progression in those tournaments?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's an interesting idea. I'm not sure that I would want to just uniformly force everybody to do that. Like, not everybody would want to level up, I guess. I would say personally that, so I kind of feel like 10 is a great spot. You got 4 traits to work with, or excuse me, 4 abilities. You get 4 abilities and traits, and you got all this stuff to work with. You got pets now. I think there's enough there to build strategy. If we were going to go to the next level, I mean, I get what you're saying. It's like those guys are all probably ready to go to 11, but I think the next level would be 12, just because it opens up a whole new class of weapons. You can use all the coral stuff. You can use Excalibur. So I think 12 would probably be the next spot, and then 15, and then naturally 20. I get what you're saying, where it's like, oh, these guys are probably all ready to level up, but like, I don't know. I think it's just going to, I think in all seriousness, it would just break the level 10 community into 2 groups, like the people who leveled up and the people who didn't. And, and that'd be that. I also considered 10 and level 11, but I feel like it's sort of the same thing. Like, I don't think you can be competitive when you're 1 level lower. So naturally it would be, I'd think that the people would naturally choose not to play that with their level 10s because they're going to get their asses kicked. Same with 10, or even worse actually with 10, 11, 12, because now you've got Excalibur and all the coral stuff, and then you've got these level 10 dudes who, probably don't have 100 hit points less kind of stuff. It's, I don't know. I understand the question, but I just don't see it happening right away. And I suppose I could see 12 to 15, although I do see that just the same challenges. Who's gonna
14, because at 15 they pick up a new skill.
Right, exactly. So it's just kind of like anyone under 15 is going to be pretty weak. Now, if there is some way we could do it like a forced kind of a thing where it's like everyone has to pick a 12, 13, and 14, or 13, 14, 15, or whatever, and everyone has to use one of those and get one, or 2 lower level and then 1 level 15 hero, that would be pretty interesting. But I think I don't think we can do that. I think that would be on the honor system, and there's always someone who's like, "Oh, whoops, I didn't realize it was. Oh, my bad." And then they just win the whole thing. That's not like they're like, "Well, I can't quit now."
Yeah, I wonder if you did like 11, 12 and as one, and like 13, 14. I wonder if people would use 11s in that or 13s in the other one. I don't know.
I can tell you, I mean, those things can tend to work as a one-off, but it's like once someone has a good team of 13s, like why?
Right. No, that I
do less. And so those guys are just gonna trash everybody else. Like it makes it a little too lopsided.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
But I don't think it's a bad idea. I just don't want to force everyone to level up if they don't want to. So 10s seem good. I would say maybe adding more in addition and not trying to replace 10s with something else. And that's back to you, Bolon, with 4 minutes left.
Very nice. We will start our wrap up anyway here, but this is the championship fight, right? I didn't lose track of anything, I think.
Yep, you're right.
Okay, cool. So we got Ebla versus Little Sparrow here in the championship as we go into our wrap up. Little Sparrow, I would say, is slightly on the back foot here, but he's got a lot more mana than Ebla does, but he's got a lot less health than Ebla does. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out, especially if Ebla is able to drop that backline hero of Little Sparrows, which I think is a seer. Yep. Thank you, Winston. You read my mind. But yeah, we will watch this unfold. Ooh, now his midline's low too. There goes his midline. That is rough. Let's see what Little Sparrow can do, though. In the meantime, I do want to say, as always, thank you, Winston and Hubert, for being here with us. Thank you to all of you in the audience who tune in live and watch this recording later as well. Special shout out to all of those who ask us questions so that we can answer them on these AMAs. Keep the questions coming in the AMA questions channel in Discord. It does seem like Little Sparrow is going to have a pretty hard time at this point. He has gotten his the midline of Ebla relatively low, but also he's rocking a Berserker, so he can't really target where that damage is going to go. But a 1v3 is pretty hard to come back from. He might not even get another turn. He does not get another turn. So shout out Ebla for taking home the victory in this AMA tournament. Huge shout out to all of you that came and hung out with us in the chat and participated. Chat was a lot of fun today, so thank you guys for that. It really makes the AMA a lot more engaging when you guys are active in chat and having fun with it as well, and throwing questions out there and just generally being a part of the experience. So thank you guys for that. Yeah, but the other team that had daggers got eliminated round one. So, I don't know. Hubert, any final thoughts? Anything you want to share before we break for the day?
Well, at least those daggers have very low durability. So hopefully, getting that to that round's just lost a decent chunk on both of them. But yeah, I just, as always, really appreciate all the support you guys provided and continue to provide. It's really great to see these full tournaments run during our AMAs. I think this is a really cool setup. I'm glad you do that, Winston. And also been cool to see you guys participating more in the off-season tournaments as well. I will also mention that this week may be the final week for the special tournaments. We have been using the chests as rewards that were left over from the first season of tournaments, and we only had 4 left when we created this most recent batch, so I had to even reduce the number of special tournaments that there were. So if all of those, I didn't check to see if they ran this last weekend, but if they did, then there's only 2 left at this point. And one of those would have the gilded chest in it as well. So yeah, after that's done, then we'll have no more chests. We don't have intention of minting any more of those. So that would be the end of the available equipment from the first season of tournaments. And we'll have to look at making some adjustments to what we do next. But it's always great to see everyone playing, see everyone participating. I love seeing, Germ's website and seeing all the development that's happening there. It's always really awesome to have third parties, build things around our game. So great work there, and keep it up. And really look forward to just, moving forward and getting us to the point where we have Ragnarok out and everyone can be enjoying that as well, and just moving forward. So yeah, back to you, Bolin.
Very nice, very nice. Make sure you join the tournament that just opened. Winston was just showing it off. Winston, any final thoughts? Anything you want to share? And then give us a sign off whenever you're ready.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks, Bolon. Thanks everybody for hanging out. As always, it's great to have such passionate players and friends hanging out with us while we do this. And we really appreciate all your feedback. Make sure you enter the Pleb Power Playoff. I'm pretty sure all the goofy accessory and equipment shit you tried to pull didn't work, so take whatever you want. Yeah, thanks everybody. The last couple of weeks have been really fun. Or I guess the last month has been really fun with these hosted tournaments and then these new off-season styles. So I'm always open to suggestions, and I'm definitely listening, and I'll tell you if it's a stupid idea or if it's a cool idea. And if you got a cool idea, we'll do it. And if it's a stupid idea, we'll try it too. So yeah, let me know if you want to host a tournament or if you want to do something like that, And so I think the future is very bright for us. There's a super fun game here. We're all having a wonderful time. I hate to be the person to say this, but I would challenge you guys. Challenge you. It sounds like something that like my fucking bishop would have said back in the day. Excuse my language there, but I want to challenge you guys to just go into your guild chats and poke at the guys who used to play and get that decided to quit for one reason or another. Let them know we got a whole new thing going on, and it's fun. Like that's probably the most sticking thing is that like I can see that people are having fun. Like people join these tournaments and then they fight and then they talk some shit or they congratulate each other or the voters say some good stuff. So, I think that's a good way that community members can spend their time. Go into your private guilds and harass those guys. Like there's so many great players that just don't know we're doing cool stuff now. So thank you. And I guess I get to be Word Us, huh? So I'm looking forward to seeing what the community does to bring in some of these lost players who found other stuff to do. And I am very bullish about that. So bullish. Thanks, everybody.
Bullish!
Thank you all, and we will see you next week.
DeFi Kingdoms, where you can summon heroes, trade with other players, quest, and fight challenging enemies in a fantasy world brought to life in pixel art animation. Command your legion, claim your legacy.